Winter had fallen over the Alps, and Leonardo, with more years than strength, set out on his journey. He carried no gold, no supplies, no maps, only a portrait. A woman of perpetual silence, wrapped like a sacred relic. And still, she seemed lighter than everything else.
I have painted storms, automatons, battles, and virgins, but only her I carry with me, not because she is my greatest work, but because she is the only one who looks at me, even when I close my eyes.
Leonardo arrived in France as a guest of the king, but the lady he brought with him was not welcomed with fanfare. No one knew that the dust-covered portrait would centuries later become the most famous face in the world. For now, she hung in silence between tapestries and cold stone walls, a quiet shadow among marble and monarchs.
They brought me far from the Arno River, but my smile still holds the sun of Florence.
And there she remained, for years, decades, centuries, hanging among stone hallways, faded tapestries, and indifferent footsteps. No one knew her, no one asked for her, no one knew her name, but she watched them all, as if she knew that one day they would look only at her.
I don't need applause, only time. Mystery never shouts, it simply waits.
Nearly 400 years have passed since Leonardo painted his masterpiece, and after centuries hanging in the shadows of kings, wars, and revolutions, the Mona Lisa now hangs in the Louvre. She is no longer alone, but she is about to disappear. The centuries passed like a sigh. Kings were crowned, empires fell, wars erupted, but she never blinked. From a forgotten corner of the world, her gaze pierced through revolutions, conquests, and silences, waiting for her moment.
I am in no hurry. Time belongs to me.
It was Monday. The museum was closed. Paris was asleep. But one man was not. Vincenzo Perugia, an Italian immigrant, a house painter with a steady hand, walked through the halls of the Louvre with a single plan in mind: to take a piece of Italy home by stealing France's greatest treasure.
They say she's French, but her smile was born in Florence. Today, I'm taking her back where she belongs.
On an ordinary morning in 1911, the Mona Lisa vanished from the world. There were no explosions, no chases, only a white coat, a few silent footsteps, and a man with a single fixed idea. Vincenzo walked down the stairs of the Louvre and into the eternity of police records.
I am not a thief. I am a patriot. This smile belongs to Italy.
More than 4 centuries had passed.
Another quiet morning. If only all the paintings woke with the same serenity as those Madonnas.
It was August 21st, 1911. The halls of the Louvre were still waking in shadows, and a guard, unaware, was walking toward one of the most shocking moments in the history of art.
What the hell? Where is it? The Gioconda is gone.
The entire world held its breath. From Paris to Rome, from New York to Buenos Aires. On every corner of the planet, the newspapers shouted the same truth. The Mona Lisa had vanished.
Impossible. Elle a été volée? La Joconde? e scrivilo in prima pagina. La Gioconda è salva.
Que la rotativa no se detenga hasta que el mundo entero lo sepa.
And so, after more than 2 years of mystery, the Mona Lisa once again saw the light of day. Not in Paris, but in Florence. Vincenzo Perugia, convinced the painting belonged to Italy, appeared before the antiques dealer, Alfredo Gheri. With trembling hands and a quiet voice, he opened the package that would change his fate.
Signor Gheri, this is her, the real one, the one Leonardo painted. I stole it, for Italy.
Are you saying that this is the Gioconda?
I kept her safe for years. I didn't harm her. I only wanted to return her home. But now, I don't know if I did the right thing.
You've committed a crime, Mr. Perugia. But perhaps you've also helped the entire world see her through different eyes.
After more than 2 years missing, the Lady of Mystery returned to her altar of marble and muted light. Paris held its breath. The entire world was watching.
Attends, Henri. On dirait que nous sommes accablés par les yeux de toute l'Europe.
Je n'ai jamais vu autant de gens intéressés par un portrait. Mais elle ne semble pas avoir changé. On dirait qu'elle nous attendait.
On January 4th, 1914, after more than 2 years missing, the Gioconda returned to the Louvre. But she was no longer the same. That quiet painting, once overlooked, had become a myth. Hundreds, thousands gathered before her, not just to admire her art, but to contemplate her mystery. The silent lady had conquered the world. 5 centuries after she was painted, the Lady of the Louvre still refuses to surrender all her secrets. In laboratories equipped with the most advanced technology, experts in art, science, and restoration gather, not to admire her, but to decode her. Infrared scanning, spectroscopy, high-precision microscopy. Every brushstroke is analyzed, every layer of paint measured to the millimeter. And still, the smile remains untouched, undecipherable, immortal. A painting, like the soul, holds its deepest secrets in hidden layers. And when infrared light pierces through time, it reveals what the human eye cannot see. Doubts, decisions, and changes Leonardo never showed the world. Because even a genius, before reaching perfection, must first wander through uncertainty. Fascinating. The veil was heavier here, and in this one, the eyes have a different stroke. Did he soften them later? The smile, it's barely there, as if it was born slowly, layer by layer. Leonardo, what were you thinking as you transformed her? Was it doubt or a hidden message? They say the eyes are the window to the soul. But these eyes, painted over 500 years ago, don't just look at us. They challenge us. They conceal their secrets with the same elegance with which they hint at them. Beneath layers of varnish and time, some lines resemble letters, shapes, whispers of a coded message no one has fully unlocked. Was it Leonardo's intention? A mere effect of pigments? Or a joke hidden in time, like her smile?
Do you see it here? There's something like the letter L just above the iris, and here something resembling an S. It could be just cracks, yes, but their placement is far too precise. Every time we think we understand her, the Gioconda brings us back to the beginning, always one step ahead.
5 centuries have passed, and still she's here, as if time itself never touched her smile. Every day, thousands of people cross continents just to see this face. A few seconds, a click, and they're gone. What are they searching for? Beauty? History? The mystery? The truth is, the Mona Lisa no longer belongs only to Da Vinci, not even to France. She belongs to the entire world, to humanity. They say Leonardo spent years finishing her. But what if he never did? What if the Mona Lisa keeps changing every time someone looks at her? Because some smiles can't be explained. They're only felt. They are silent promises that survive time, theft, science, and even forgetting. And maybe, just maybe, that is the true masterpiece. In the heart of the Louvre, between walls that have seen empires rise and fall, the Mona Lisa still smiles. Not for what she was, but for what she continues to inspire. Her enigmatic expression has defied centuries, theft, war, X-rays, and modern lenses, and yet she remains untouched, as if she knows something the rest of the world has forgotten. They say true immortality isn't measured in years, but in how many hearts a soul can reach. And Lisa Gherardini, trapped in oil by the genius of Leonardo, has touched millions. Perhaps in the end, her smile is not a secret, but a mirror, a reflection of the one who looks at her, of our questions, of our own truths. And so this fable ends. A painting without an original title. A portrait with no fixed destination. A smile that, like an eternal story, never truly finishes being told. And so, our tale comes to an end. But like all true stories, it doesn't fade. It lingers, in a gaze, in a question, in a smile that asks for nothing and yet says everything. Thank you for walking with me through time, through shadow and light, through mystery and meaning. If you felt something today, wonder, curiosity, even silence, then this story has done its part. Until the next tale, this has been Culture in Stories, where every silence hides a voice and every image a soul.